Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So glad you can make it. Tonight we're starting another project, and it involves that. How is it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel again. So glad each and every one of you can make it. This build is for the Diecast Misfits June 2023 build, but I'm also building it for Grandpa Larry. So many of you may have seen this particular car being built ahead of time, but that's how I have to plan my cars, is doing it ahead of time. But again, this is for the Diecast Misfits as well as a custom for Grandpa Larry. And our June build is build any Mopar, which this is, 1970 Roadrunner, in your style. So that's what we're going to do. You know, just have a little bit of fun with it and see what we can come up with. I think the idea that I have in mind for this, you will really, really like. And I hope it turns out as good as I can see it in my head. So let's get this out of the pack, drilled apart, and, you know, off to the stripper.
"24 hours later."
So here we go, straight out of the stripper. Looks really good, doesn't it? But it's not going to stay this way for long. There's something really important I need to take care of. It involves right here in this area. Matter of fact, I want to remove this whole section because I got an idea of something I want to put there. I'm not sure of which one yet, but I know I want to put something there. So let's get this bad boy outside and get her opened up. Now let's polish it up a little bit while we're out here. Steel wool. Well, first, let's get it with the brush. Make sure we get all that stuff out of the holes. Try and find the right side out of all the cracks and stuff. Because sometimes there's a little bit of leftover residue. As you can see, it's gone. With the doors the same way. Now we'll just hit it with steel wool. Look how that side looks compared to that side. And I'll hit this with some sandpaper if I need to, get rid of any marks or anything. Got it all scotch braided. Looks really good. As you can see, there's a few marks right there. I'm going to have to try to sand out. It's just casting marks, no biggie. Along the fender, rear quarter panel, I mean, right there, and on the trunk lid. So I'll take care of that, and this bad boy will be ready for prime and paint. Alright, welcome back, everyone. I'm sitting here going through my selection of steering wheels, trying to find one that is pretty close to the factory Roadrunner steering wheel. And that definitely is not going to do it. Because the factory ones, there were several of them. Some of them had the 3 spoke with the 3-spoke horn on it. That was the same shape as the spoke. It was kind of like a half moon, but it had 3 spokes in it. This is too symmetrical, so I'm trying to find one that's pretty close, and I just did. Look at that bad boy. That is going to work out perfect. So now that I have found that, let's put everything up. See, something like that would work, but that's more of a Camaro style. Not that it matters, but you don't want to put like a Fox body Mustang steering wheel in a vintage Roadrunner. And this is actually a pretty large steering wheel, but that matches it perfect. And because this is like this makes it so easy to change this out. Normally I would wait to paint this, install it, because I normally paint it, but since this interior is black, I think I'm going to leave it black and maybe just do a little bit of detail work, or maybe just leave it as is, because I want the body to be the main thing. And I still haven't made up my mind what color I'm going to paint it yet. Just the first little notch so that it'll hold it while I paint the rest of it. Now I can do the front. Same way. Now, break out my handy dandy toothpicks. I need to do some painting. And I have these filed down to different shapes and sizes and all kind of good stuff. Shake up my paint. And normally I just use, for stuff like this, I just use cheap Tester's paint. I have all kind of different colors. My buddy across about a mile away, he gave me a whole bunch. He's into military stuff, so I got a bunch of browns, bunch of greens, stuff like that. But for this, all I need is a toothpick. I can take a toothpick, I can make it any shape I want, any size I want. And it just does a wonderful job. Hope y'all can see this okay. But you just keep going around until you get the whole thing coated. It doesn't take but a minute. And like that, I now have a custom painted 3D steering wheel. There's a nice big gaping hole in there, and of course that will be covered up mostly by the interior. Stick it back in real quick so you can see. Why am I off thumbs right now? Jesus. There we go. Most of that will be hid by the interior, but if you happen to look down in there, that just doesn't look good, to me anyway. So what we're going to do is, we're going to make a firewall for it. And all you need is some of the thin styrene. I don't even remember what, I got it right here. This is item number 9020, is a 0.5 millimeter thick, or 0.020 inches. So now, I've already got one cut. I'm not going to lie to you, I've already got one cut. I'm just walking you through the process. Now what I did, I looked at this piece, and that's the exact width of what I need. So I took it, set this on there, marked the back side of it, cut it, and I took my file and everything and I rounded the edges, and this is what I come up with. This bad boy is going to go right there. So you just hold it for a couple of seconds and then you can let go of it. And now we have a firewall. Look at that bad boy. That changes the way that car looks dramatically. Now I'm just going to go along the back side like I was telling you and run a little bit up the side. And that's that. We now have a firewall, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that bad boy. That just makes that look so much better. Look at that. Man, yeah. And I haven't done anything to this in the back. And I need to do that real quick while I've got you guys here. Don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but there's some scratches right there. Yeah, you can see them right there, all the way across. And I don't know what caused that. I didn't do it. See, it goes all the way up the rear quarter. So I'm going to take that out. It's going to get primed and painted. I was thinking of originally Spectre Flame type paint, but I'm just trying to get some of these out. This is 150 grit, and I know I'm shaking you, and I'm sorry. I'm not trying to take them all out, just trying to take some of them out. I'm working on that quarter panel right now. Now let's try the trunk. Yeah, let's shine it up a little bit, see how it looks. Switching over to 320. Do the whole trunk so it matches. I don't feel it with my fingernail. You see how much better it looks already? I think I'm going to go with that. I think the primer will take care of that. So the next time you see this, we will be priming it, and that will be tomorrow. It's not British green, but it is green. I started to use the chrome on it that I normally use, and I decided to use metallic silver. That way it doesn't have quite as much sparkle in it. I don't know how it's gonna work, but we'll find out. Winds won't start to blow around. Starting to turn. This is one of those paint jobs where it takes multiple coats. You can see it's starting to turn green. It'll probably take 5-6 coats. I won't go past 6. I originally wanted to go matte black with this car, but I was like, anybody can do a matte black car. I wanted something different for Grandpa Larry. So since his favorite colors are green and black, that's why I went this route. Oops, sorry. Put another coat on the body. Look at that body. Oh my goodness. I absolutely love the effect you get doing this because every one of them is different. Every time you do it, it's a different color. And a different pattern. And just look at that.